Hey everybody, I am Alexis Hamlin, and my rhetorical artifact is going to be on The Lord of the Rings, which is a novel written by J.R.R. Tolkien. Lord of the Rings is a relatively old book. I have it on my shelf right here. This is my special edition copy, so don't need to check anything out of the library. I got it right here with me, and the whole shelf dedicated to the Lord of the Rings. But Lord of the Rings, written by J.R.R. Tolkien, was released in 1954. This book has a ton of rhetoric, a ton of influence on our culture as a whole, whether you're aware of it or not. The Lord of the Rings was written and was a reflection of both of the world wars, as the author, Tolkien, fought in World War I, and during his trials in battle and on the front lines, he would escape the ruin around him to this fantasy world called Middle-earth, which is where it got created. World War II is more heavily focused on, in the books, as certain communities within the books will represent countries going to war, as the Ents, which are tree people, represent the Americans as to not wanting to fight in the war until the war came to them. A ton of rhetoric when it comes to World War. He spreads a ton of ideas on life, death, what is valuable, what makes a good person, what makes a bad person. He shares ideas on what he believes would make a good government, and his concepts of control and agency is very relevant in The Lord of the Rings. And since the book was released in 1954, if you know your history, women didn't have a ton of influence or power, and his writing was unusual, as women were very strong, powerful characters. And while there are tons of men in The Lord of the Rings, the women that are in Lord of the Rings influenced the whole world and relatively helped save the world, as Galadriel has magical powers, and she's an elf, and she is the ruler of Lothlorien, which is a kingdom, and Eowyn is a simple horse girl, and she uses her skills to destroy one of the bad guys, because no man can kill him, but she is a woman. And the concept of a woman going to battle and defeating and surviving was a very unusual take for the time that The Lord of the Rings was released. So I think Lord of the Rings would be a great artifact, and I'm so excited to dive into it. I'm wearing my Fun Run to Mordor shirt, which is Lord of the Rings related as well, and my Lord of the Rings laptop. Heck yeah. So yeah, this will be a fun thing to dive into. Thank you for your time.